Joining us is Emory Henry College football coach Curt Newsome. They were picked number 4 in this year's preseason poll. Coach, talk to us a little about last season coming into this year. You finished with a 6-4 record last year, 4-3 in league play, and now you're ready for another season with more and more experienced group into your system in Emory.
Well, we were a little disappointed with being 6-4. Felt like we had opportunities to win some games that we didn't take care of business in. I didn't think we threw and caught the ball as well as we should have, and we had some coverage issues, and so hopefully we'll improve in those areas, but we're excited about the new season.
Let's talk about the most important position, arguably, on the field, your quarterback spot. You've had Kevin Saxton there for a couple of years. Looks like he's back for a third year, but you also had another guy come up who was more of a running quarterback for you last year. Talk a little bit about your signal callers.
Yeah, Kevin is just such a mature young man. I mean, he really does a good job as a leader. And, I know he was slightly disappointed with his season. I look for him to do better things. Dom Dunaville, is kind of dynamic. He can come in and give us a spark, and we're expecting big things from him this year. So we've got 2 young men back there that we think can play with anybody.
You had a pretty balanced offense last year, both running the ball and throwing the ball. Talk a little bit about your running back and wide receiving course.
Well, Isaiah Rogers returns, and he'll be a 3-year starter. We've got some young guys coming. Sam Wagner was our short yardage back, and he's going to help us. And we've recruited some young men that we think will play this year. At the receiving position, Tyree Ward he has got great speed. He's a playmaker. And Jermaine Sanders has started for a couple years. We actually got a transfer student from William and Mary that we have high hopes for, Jesse Santiago. So I think we're very deep at that position, at the receiver position, and I think it's the best receiving core we've had in my tenure.
So let's slide to the other side of the ball now, go to the defensive side. You've got some guys you need to replace there, losing players like Rennell Marshall from the team and Ryan Bird. Talk a little bit about who you expect to step up this year on your defensive unit.
Well, I think up front on the defensive line, I think Davon Keith has got a chance to be a special young man. Played some as a freshman. Got limited time, but he's changed his body. I think he'll be a real leader up front. Rasheen Williams at the linebacker position, I think he's that Paul Forney type that we had a couple years ago, and he's got a real opportunity. Josh Compton and Zach Manley are leaders at playing the Mike linebacker. And then, in the secondary, the true leader, Trayvon Lightfoot, has got a chance to be special.
Now into, I believe, your 3rd season back in the league, back with the ODAC. Talk a little bit about anything new we might see out of Emory Henry this year.
Well, we're just going to try to improve on what we're doing. We're going to be up-tempo. That's who we're going to be. And we're going to send some folks after you on defense. And that's kind of who we are. We want to continue to improve on the run-pass option phase of it. And that's a thing that just doesn't happen overnight. And I thought, as I mentioned before, the one thing we didn't do as well last year was throw and catch. And hopefully we're going to improve in that area.
Well, and then finishing up here, talk a little bit about what you see with the league this year coming into the season.
This thing is so balanced. I mean, you've got, W&L with a bunch of them coming back, and Guilford and Hampton-Sydney. Every Saturday's, an exciting time because, you've got to bring your A game or you're going home with a loss.